everyone, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture at Home. I'm Anna Rumor, and today we have Bobby Bones here with us to talk about everything he has in the works, as well as his partnership with Purina's Service Dog Salute. So thanks for being here with us today.
I appreciate you talking with me.
Of course. Well, we're coming off a big win for you at the ACM Awards, for you and the show. What does it mean for you to keep getting so much support and recognition for the show you built?
Well, I never expected it, and I kind of feel like every year it's not going to happen. But we now have 4 ACM awards. Got another one last night. Man, I'm very grateful, but I just keep waiting for it to end. Honestly, I should stop doing that. But
yeah, right. Look on the positive side.
Because if anyone else came to me and said, "Hey, I want a bunch of awards. I'm just waiting for it to end," I would be like, "Hey, don't be a dummy." But I do feel like that. I feel like I've been robbing gas stations everywhere, and I'm just waiting for a cop to catch me and finally put me in jail. That's what it feels like.
Okay, well, I like that metaphor at least. It's a little like Thelma and Louise. Well, and we got the news today that you're helping to launch a brand new show, Too Much to Say. What can you tell us about that?
Well, so that is a podcast that I'm launching with Kaylee Shore, who is such a great artist, but she just has a lot to say. She's super funny. And so I kind of sought her out and said, "Hey, you should do a show. You should do a podcast." So we have like 10 podcasts on my podcast network, and she's going to be a fantastic. If you're a female millennial, I think this is a great show for you, especially if you're, if you like country music. You don't even have to like country music to like her. So I was really excited to be able to finally announce that. Her first episode is up now.
Well, I swear to God, you've got like 800 things going on at the same time. I'm not 100% sure if you sleep. But we got to talk about breaking Bobby Bones too. It looks like you are taking on the craziest stuff. You're still filming, right?
We are. We have shot a bunch of episodes. As long as we don't get shut down for COVID, we are continuing to shoot. Fingers crossed. It's a Nat Geo show. It should be coming out early next year. And what I do is I find people that have stories similar to mine that didn't come from much. There were big obstacles, but they were able to kind of get around those obstacles, and now they have just a fantastic outlook on why they did what they did, how they did it, and they also have some sort of interesting job or hobby or skill. So I not only am getting their story, I'm learning what they do, and then I compete or try to live at what they do. So, and then at the end, there's a big give back. So for me, the show's been so great to shoot, and hopefully COVID doesn't slow us down. I can finish, and I can, when it's over, get over to American Idol, because I have to miss the first half of the season. But my goal is to get back by Hollywood Week, and hopefully, because Disney has both shows, not only mine on Nat Geo, but American Idol. So they're not going to let me bounce around. So hopefully I'll get over to American Idol and we'll be able to do that.
Okay, that's what my next question was going to be like, because I was like, we can't miss you on American Idol. So the first half of the season, they're going to be without you, or do you know if they're bringing anyone else in, or are you just going to step in the second half?
Well, they'll be without me, and I don't think they're bringing anyone else in. Also, this year is a bit weird.
No replacing.
We can't, no replacing, not yet anyway. But we can't go out and do auditions because of COVID. And so my role was out there with people, getting them ready to go perform. And so honestly, they probably didn't need me that much anyway because of the new rules. I think next year we'll probably be back to normal. So when Hollywood Week happens, right now we're planning on having folks back performing in person. So if that happens, that'd be great. Let's do it. Hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully Breaking Bobby Bones is completed season 1 and I'm not broken.
Right. I was going to say, I've seen you in several scuba suits on your Instagram. What is the craziest thing you've done so far for that? And how are you holding up?
Well, I played hockey with the U.S. Sled hockey team, which it's the Paralympic U.S. hockey team. They won a gold medal. And a lot of those guys have, been injured in war. A lot of them have lost one or both of their legs, and that's how they got into sled hockey. And so I've never played hockey. I think I've only ice skated once. That was with like a church group when I was 9. So for me, it was all new, and they did not take it easy on me. And I still have bruises from it. So that was a tough one.
Yeah, they really threw you in the deep end there.
Every one of them, I'm right in the deep end, because it's not funny or interesting or compelling if I'm not in the deep end. So I'm uncomfortable every single week.
Well, I have to say, we're very excited to watch you be uncomfortable on TV.
Yeah, so am I, actually. Yeah, thank you.
Well, speaking of things that we kind of miss you on, we're talking Idol, we're talking Dancing with the Stars. Have you been watching this season? I know you're super busy.
I watched on DVR and kind of slid through. I wanted to see some performances by some friends. AJ McLean, who I'm
Oh
buds with
yeah,
from the Backstreet Boys, I wanted to watch his. I wanted to see Carol Baskin from Tiger King, obviously, just to
of
see if
course.
she would be bad, and she was. I wanted to see
Yep.
the commercial that Dawn's family did about her. I wanted to see Monica from Cheer
Mhm.
because her and I have become kind of friends. So it's good. It's fun to watch now that I don't have to do it. I think I like watching it better than doing it, honestly.
Yeah, I think that we're all with you there because it looks bananas hard. Who are you rooting for? AJ, because he's your bud, or?
Hey, Monica and AJ
Mhm.
are the ones that I'm rooting for. I think watching Nelly's interesting too because I've interviewed Nelly a couple times, but just a big Nelly fan from being a teenager.
Oh my
So
gosh,
so
yeah,
that'll be fun. The ice skaters are tough to beat though. That Johnny Weir, he's just an ice skater, which is basically dancing. They're
yeah.
tough to beat. So we'll see how it ends up, but I'd love to see Monica or AJ win it.
I would love to see them too. They're at the very top for me. Would you even? What would be your thoughts if you were on the season with Carol Baskin? Because I feel like that would be totally wild.
Well, my thought would be finally there's someone worse at dancing than me. So that would be good.
Takes the heat off.
I don't think she murdered her husband anyway, but if I did it, maybe it would be different. I think it would be interesting to see. I also like to talk to people and see how notoriety has changed their life because her
Mhm.
life has taken a big turn. I don't think they did her exactly right as to what they told her they were going to do when they were shooting that documentary. So,
Mhm.
yeah, listen, I would just love for people not to be hating on me for my lack of dancing skills. So that would be it.
Yeah, you can just kiss your mirror ball trophy and tell them to find another subject.
Well, they don't though. They don't find another subject, but I
Of
do. I
course
do
not.
kiss the trophy.
It is the yeah, it's the internet, so we don't do that. My cat's making an appearance. There she goes.
What's your
Uh,
cat's name?
Poppy.
Poppy,
Yeah,
as in a poppy seed, or like a poppy
as a
seed?
seed, not like the Spanish word for dad.
See, you're an animal person like me.
I was gonna say we're talking about animals, so it's a perfect. She knew she was in there. You're partnered with Purina for their service dog salute. Tell me a little bit about that. I know you got Stanley, so cute. What is this campaign all about, and why do you feel so strongly about it?
Well, so many of our vets have been over and they've fought and they come back, and a lot of them have PTSD or they have other issues. And service dogs we've found that they help them so much in adjusting back to a normal life. And we deserve to provide them with the tools.
Mhm.
They deserve to have those tools. And so our job at Purina and myself is we're raising money to buy service dogs. The thing is, service dogs, they're about $20,000 a piece.
Oh, jeez.
So it's not like 45 bucks and there you go. The training, the feeding, everything that's involved with making a service dog complete for a vet who needs it is very expensive. Less than 1% of vets in need get them because they're $20,000. And
Yeah.
so I was getting vets service dogs on my radio show, and Purina Dog Chow was doing that by themselves, and we were kind of doing it at the same time. And so they reached out and said, hey, why don't we kind of combine our efforts because we're both so passionate about it. So, between that and the whole thing there's a specially marked bag of dog chow now through Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
And when you see that, Dog Chow will donate up to $100,000. There's a documentary they're doing, which
Oh
is
wow.
dogs in training, meeting their vets. It's just a real fantastic organization. And I love that Purina Dog Chow makes it a priority. And that's why I was excited to come be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like an awesome project. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in the future that you haven't quite gotten to tackle yet? Because,
Well,
the 24 hours in a day.
a couple things. I mean, one, I'm really considering running for office in a couple years. I think
Yes.
it's there. There've been a lot of conversations.
Mhm.
Maybe move back to Arkansas and try to run for governor. That will be interesting. But in that process, I've been able to learn because I've been cramming, as much as
Mhm.
anything, state law, federal law. And so I've also been learning about how a lot of these acts try to go through, and you have to go through the House and the Senate. And one of the things that we're doing now, which kind of correlates with what I'm doing, is there's the Pause for Veteran Therapy Act, which it's passed the House already. We're waiting on Senate approval. And so we're trying to get vets dogs.
Mhm.
And so many people, and I didn't know this, that you can actually go to dogchow.com/service, and there's a letter already written. You just find your senator and the letter's already written. And if you believe in that letter, which I think a lot of people will, you can send the letter from you and hopefully try to change a little bit of policy for the good. So something I want to do, and you can hear I'm already passionate about like going through the House and the Senate and getting this act passed, is be able to do that on a bigger level. So we'll see what happens. If it's not now, maybe it'll be again in 6 years, or maybe never. But for me, a lot was given to me as a kid, or I wouldn't be here. I didn't have the best background, but thankfully a lot of people stepped up. And I think it's my job to step up now for others. And it may be through politics. It may not be.
Well, with the political sphere being what it is today, do you have any concerns about stepping into such a divided country, or are you looking forward to that? Or
yeah, I see it as, but when I look at me in that environment, especially going back to Arkansas, like I'm a guy that grew up with extreme Southern sensibilities, but is also a bit progressive. Like I think that I'm pretty normal. Like I think that people have been trained that you have to for sure dig in on one side or the other. All I want to do is open up the idea is, hey, you may be on a side, but you don't have to dig in.
Right.
You don't have to attach yourself to one side because of one issue. Let's talk about it. If you still feel that way after we go through a few things, then I get it and you should. But I think because of where I come from and what I stand for, that I can actually be that person that pulls folks together a little bit. So maybe that's this grand vision that only I have about myself, but if I don't believe it, nobody else will.
No, I love it. Bridging the gap. Well,
we'll see.
I am looking forward to seeing kind of what is in the future for you there. But in the meantime, can't wait to tune into all of your upcoming shows.
Thank you.
Can't even list them all. And I appreciate you hanging out with us today.
Well, thank you very much. Good to talk to you. And, A+ setup. You got the fancy microphone, got the good camera, and you're rocking it today. So it was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you so much. Guys, if you're watching at home, keep with Bobby Bones on the Bobby Bones Show in like 75 different things. And stay with us here at Pop Culture at Home for more of your favorite stars.